Hello, everyone. Welcome to chapter 222 on my RLDR Custom Creations YouTube channel. It is the weekend edition, and you'll notice I'm standing by my table saw center here, and there's something that's not here. Something that sat here for a long time is gone. So if you want to see what happened to it, all you need to do is stay tuned. Yes, something has gone missing. And what that thing was my towel cabinet for my bathroom renovation that sat here for almost a year, partially done. So it was imperative for me before I move on to other things. Got a big kitchen cabinet build coming up quickly, and I wanted to get some of that stuff that I'd started completely done. So the hallway in our house, the renovation is completely done. And I installed that cabinet in our bathroom in the last couple of days. And so that's not here anymore. So technically, the bathroom renovation is finally done. So I thought in this video, I'd show you kind of the steps I went through to finish off that renovation. Now, the bathroom's really small, and shooting us actually doing the work in there, it just doesn't work. For some things, I had to get the boss to help me a little bit. And also, she ran the camera for a bunch of it, which was a huge help. But to work in there and try to shoot video in there, I learned from my first part of the renovation series, it just doesn't work. So I basically show you the steps and kind of tell you the important parts as I saw them. And so that's what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to take you inside our house, and we're going to see how that bathroom cabinet that sat here for almost a year, how that turned out. Okay. Well, I started without you. Um, and it's really, really hard to shoot in here, so we're doing the best we can. Basically, what I did is I had to cut this molding out of here that I put in, I guess, a year ago or maybe a bit more. And that wasn't as easy as it looks. So I took my oscillating saw here and just cut in. That gave me the straight profile. And sorry, the profile on my little crown mold on the cabinet is that profile. So I made a little piece and it kind of fits in there nicely, but it's a little bit rounded on the bottom. So I took my drill with a sanding drum in it and my utility knife and carved it round. So I think what I'm going to do when I get the cabinet installed, I'll take a little bit of white silicone and just cover. There's going to be a small little gap. Hopefully that's all it is. I haven't tested it with the cabinet yet, so that's the next phase. So yeah, a serious amount of silicone behind that, but I've learned from then. So okay, I'm going to bring you back when we're putting the cabinet up. Well, it's in. We had a little bit of a battle getting it in because things weren't, I didn't have the right equipment to do it properly. I think a lesson that I learned for when I'm doing the upper cabinets in the kitchen is to invest in a set of those cabinet jacks. That would have been handy, but again, I took matters into my own hands and manufactured something to set the cabinet on. Now, initially, I made this a bit too high. So we tried to tilt everything in, and we actually made a little mark in the ceiling. It's probably hard to see from the camera angle, but I can see it here, and it'll need a little bit of drywall mud. It's right up there, just a little blemish, and a little bit of drywall mud, a little bit of tape, or a little bit of paint, and we'll deal with that. I don't think it's chronic or serious. So what we did is we put this towel on here like this, And this is about a half inch less than what the cabinet is mounted. But that let us maneuver it and get it into place. And then I took two wedges and slid them underneath the towel so that we weren't wedging on the finish. I didn't want to damage the finish. And then we just wedged it into place. And now, yeah, I think we're just going to hand over the camera here because I think I need to show you this. Okay, so what we did initially is I put two screws, that one there and that one there, in at the very top, and though those have angle up. My goal with them was to try to hit the double plate in the wall, and I think we did. Had a little trouble drilling through the tile until I remembered that my drill was actually a hammer drill. And then once I figured that out again, things went fairly well. But it fits really quite nicely. The little, cutting the molding there to put it in, I'll just take a little bit of white caulking or drywall mud or whatever and fill that. And I think to the top, I'm not sure if I would even bother doing anything because it fits really nicely. So, and the other side is about the same. So this is fitting in here quite nicely. Sheila and I were quite concerned for a while there about um, the cabinet making the changing the lighting in here. The cabinet getting in the way of the light, so the shower would be darker and all that. But you can see the light actually is kind of sticking about even with the cabinet. And Sheila tells me she figures that can come out more yet. So that's going to work out just fine. What's left is to put the shelves in with the clips and put the door on. One other thing, once I had those two screws in the top there, I did find the stud in the wall and put one in right there and one in right there. So right now, this has four-inch screws holding it on. I'm pretty sure that all the towels that we own will not be any problem for this cabinet as far as weight goes. So yeah, we got it. We got it installed. I really like the way it's changing the look of the bathroom. So we'll get back to you when I have the shelves in. Well, I got the shelves in. I made three shelves initially, and I gambled a little bit thinking that would probably be enough, and I think it's going to be exactly what we want. I had Sheila in here. I would never presume to put these shelves in without knowing how they're going to go in. The method I used is I like those kind of clips. The shelf kind of holds the clip in, and the shelf is a bit more stable. Now, the one thing I forgot to do on the bathroom vanity, the shelves in there, or sorry, the medicine cabinet, I actually routed a little slot for that to fit in to prevent the shelf from popping out. Now, we kind of had a bit of a lucky accident here. When I put the back in, I clamped across to get it tight. It was a wee bit loose, like not even a 16th. And I clamped it and got that tight. And what that did is the back, on the back side, it just barely goes in. Like I had to tap it to get the shelf in. And it's nice and sturdy. It's not going to pull out. So I was thinking I would just take the shelves out to the shop, set up my half-inch spiral bit and cut that, but I don't need to. So I think the shelves worked out great. I kind of like the edge ply of that Baltic birch plywood. I don't know why, but I think, well, the drawers are going to be made out of Baltic birch plywood too, as well as the shelving. So it'll be more of this look, but I like it. The only thing would be better is solids. But this seems to have worked out very nicely. I'll show you everything we fit into here in a future segment, but I had everything in here, but I took it out so I could film this. And the next thing to go on is the door. So I'll be back when I'm putting the door in. And the door is on for now. We're going to change out these hinges. When I bought these hinges, I knew the clearance to the shower door here was going to be tight. Do you hear that? Not happy with that. These are 120-degree hinges. I think we'll go to about a 95. That'll be good. But other than that, yeah, it's in and it's very, very close to being done. Uh, this door is quite heavy, so hanging it with me and Sheila, and it's very awkward to work here too. So that was a bit of a problem. Had a wee little problem getting the hinges aligned quite right, but I think everything's in the right place now. I didn't bother really doing final adjustment because I know that this is going to get, those hinges are going to get changed, and then I'll do it then. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks good. I would have liked it if I could have got the grain and the oak to match a little closer here. I've learned a lesson with that now, but it kind of matches the vanity, and I like natural wood. To me, that's not an issue, but for some people it might be. So basically, all there's left to do is to put the stuff back in it. And up on top there, I'm going to run a little bead of silicone. I hate to do that. I've kind of sworn off silicone because I hate it. But here's from the shower side, and it looks good. I like that little crown molding that I came up with. It's just a long cove, like when you'd make raised panel doors. It's that panel cut, and it's exactly the same as the edge of this door. So it all matches, and it's nice and smooth for wiping. So that's going to be really good. So I think that's pretty much it. It's really exciting to kind of have this project pretty much done. So I'm going to bring you back when it's completely finished. Well, there it is. It's 99.9% officially done. Um, but you can see from the kind of the overall shot here, the vanity and this towel cabinet match perfectly. The little black ebony handles here on both tie it all together. It just, to me, it looks quite good. Um, we're going to change the hinges yet. These hinges, I knew 110s would be close, or 110s, 120s. They'd be close, and I just don't want that happening. So when we go to Lee Valley next, I'll take the other hinges back and pick up some soft close 95s, and that'll be good. But it's amazing with proper packing technique what you can get in here yet. Like we've got a whole bunch of towels in here, like 4 big bath sheets, and Sheila just rolled them and put a band around them, and they're going to fit nice. Little room for another container there, and then all kinds of smaller towels there, and then some things we don't use very often on the top. And the inside of the door looks good. I sealed everything off to the ceiling now. Like I said, I hate using silicone, but I I did it, and it cleaned off nicely. The only thing I need to do yet is there's a little mar in the ceiling from when we didn't have our support quite right. That the cabinet hit the ceiling and took a little chip out. So we'll get the drywall mud and a little bit of paint and probably finish that next week. But I don't know. I think that pretty much officially finishes off the bathroom. It's a long time coming. The plan at first was just to get it usable, and it's been usable for quite a while. This cabinet sat in my shop, half assembled for, oh, jeepers, almost a year. So it's nice to have it out of here and in place. And I wanted this done in February because it's time to move on to new things. But I think, um, I mean, I'm the builder, so I always notice things that didn't go quite exactly right. There are a few little things that kind of irk me, but for right now, it looks good to the people that walk in, and that's good. Uh, yeah, I think that kind of brings the weekend edition to a close. There's one little thing in here I might do yet, and that's in the tool kick of the vanity. We might be putting in a little thing where you can just tap the tool kick with your foot, and the bathroom scale would pop out because we have no place for that thing. So who knows if I build that I'll include in the video. So anyway, like I said, this is pretty much done. Quite happy with the way it's worked. Like we've had the bathroom up and running for well over a year now, maybe almost two, and it's worked really well. Everything's been great. The Costco toilet, the Costco shower door, excellent purchase. Still a great buy because they still have it in stock. But anyway, that's maybe a topic for another video. But remember, please, to like, share, and subscribe. And remember the 1,000 subscriber giveaways coming up. I've showed you everything that goes into this bathroom. I think that's probably the last video you'll see out of the bathroom for a while. The way I did it this time was doing something and then showing you, because it's just too tight in here to video and work. So that's what I chose to do. Hopefully you enjoy it. But like I said, this is the end of the weekend edition. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and have an awesome weekend.